Buddhism is the only religion that doesn't have God. That's why somebody called philosophy of life, way of life, because you determine your own path, your own life, and what you do, you receive it in the future. Not just somebody give it to you. Don't ask for anything outside of yourself. That's why it's the philosophy of life. It talks a lot about mind, consciousness. Buddhism doesn't accept the soul. Buddhism talk about non-self, and I will explain later after we watch the clip. Okay. This is Buddha, right? Buddha. He doesn't look like Indian, so it's changed according to the culture tradition. This is perhaps Buddha from Thailand. Some face of the Buddha looks like a girl. Some have very big breasts too. It depends. So in Buddhism we talk about the law of karma. You don't need to jot it down, just listen. Because I show you this law because it's correspondent. The law of accident, if people believe in the law of accident, it means you cannot control anything. This is not what we talk in Buddhism. When we talk about the law of control, you can control yourself, you can control your mind. Therefore, you can get the result you want. You can predict the future actually, almost precisely, because you know what you do. You can determine the result. And Aristotle talked about the law of effect, cause and effect. If you have an effect, you can trace back that every effect has its own cause. Aristotle, he talks about this about 500 years after the Buddha. And the law of action and reaction is almost like a science. When you hit something, it hits you back, right? Even you hit the golf ball hits the club back equally with the same force. F equal ma, something like that. Have you heard about it? Okay. And the law of karma. But the law of karma go beyond that. The law of karma talk about the past life and the future life also. You do not only have this life, you have lives before. Buddha said that when you collect all the bones that you have been born, okay, as human being, it can be piled up equal to a very big mountain. It means you've been born many lives. And this action is like a force from the past to the present, and the present actions also produce a force, and you will receive the result in the future life, or next life, or the life after next. It depends on what type of action. This is the law of karma that talks about. If you produce good action, you get good result. Good action means 3 types of actions. With your thought, with your speech. When you speak and you take the action 3 times. This would be some quiz, some question that you will have to answer for the midterm. Okay? And have you ever heard of the law of attraction? Nowadays, at the present, people talk a lot about the law of attraction from the Secret movie. Have you ever heard of The Secret? The movie Secret, okay? Or the book? It's very similar. Instead of producing your thought now and receive it in the future, they talk about you draw the future effect, future result toward you. actually is the same thing as the sun moves around the earth, or the earth moves around the sun. Which direction you look from? You understand what I mean? It depends on on the viewpoint. But the difference is that the law of attraction doesn't talk about the past life and future life. It talks only about this life. What you think, you receive it with your thought. You think good thing? You want to have a car? Then perhaps you will have a car if you really think about the car. But if you think about the car, then when I can have it, when it will come, it means you are thinking about not having a car. So you will attract what? Non-car, something like that. You're thinking about a girl. You think, oh, she's beautiful. I would like to be her boyfriend. Whether I can be her boyfriend? Can I be her boyfriend? So what you actually think about? You are thinking about not being her boyfriend. So you attract not being her boyfriend state. Do you understand? Okay. And the law of correspondence said that whatever in your consciousness, whatever inside, will reflect at the outside. From within, it is without, something like that. So if your environment is painful, it's mean in your heart and your mind, there's some painful thing you are thinking about all the time, sometimes without knowing it unconsciously. Okay? So the law of the universe that people sum up, or people talk in philosophy, something like this. And the law of karma fall in this category. Means that you can control your life. You don't wait for outside force. What you think, what you speak, what you act, you will get it in some way or another form.